I've taken Tadalafil for the past 90 days. I've experienced a lot of benefits from taking Tadalafil. However, I did also experience some side effects. So if you're considering taking Tadalafil, first of all, consult with your doctor, get a prescription for it. If you need a prescription, where you're living, where I'm living, I don't need any prescription. I could just walk into any pharmacy and get Tadalafil. However, in today's video, I'm gonna tell you my experience from the beginning up until now, because the experience actually changed significantly. So here's my experience. First of all, for context, I am 36, going on 37. My erections nowadays are obviously not as when I was 18 years old, even though I'm living a super healthy lifestyle. I'm living as healthy as a top 1% of the people. I'm eating clean, extremely clean, organic. I eat meat, I eat vegetables, I eat fruits only. I do not touch processed food. I do sports regularly, pretty much 3 to 4 times per week, and I sleep as good as humanly possible. But on top of all of this, I really was not super happy with my erections. I would sometimes get softer than usual erections, especially if I'm not that excited. And for those of you that are on the older side, perhaps you are in your 40s or 50s, especially the ones that have been in a long-term relationship or marriage and you've been having sex with the same partner for over and over again, you know that sometimes you're not super excited and that reflects in your erections. Needless to say, I wanted something that will bring back the 18 years old erections, the rock hard erections that I used to experience. I have experienced before with sildenafil or Viagra, and I've also experienced before with Tadalafil. However, I did not take it on a regular basis. So here's what happened when I started taking it regularly. The first few days to a couple of weeks are actually not that pleasant because you are gonna get the benefits, obviously. You are gonna experience harder than usual erections. However, they are going to come with some side effects. And the side effects are beyond the dryness of the eyes and the stuffy nose. So I personally been tracking my sleep for the past, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 years. And I can really tell when I'm having a good night's sleep compared to a bad night's sleep. Now, taking Tadalafil for the first few days, perhaps even up to 2 weeks, my sleep score was getting hit, my recovery was getting hit, and you could see a lot of fluctuation in terms of heart rate while I was sleeping. So I was really not well rested. However, I decided to just keep taking it. And those side effects mostly cleared out by the 2nd or the 3rd week. Now, again, my sleep still has some spikes, so it's not as if I'm not taking anything at all. However, it is much more manageable. I'm being able to get really high recovery on normal nights. Another symptom or side effect is the dryness of the eyes. Now that's super annoying because obviously I spend most of my work in front of the laptop, so I need my eyes, I need them to not be dry. And again, the first few days you are going to experience those symptoms, those side effects. They're quite annoying. So normally I would take the Tadalafil early in the morning with my protein shake or whatever, and I would start feeling dryness in the eyes like an hour after. I try to push through and then I'll take a nap in the afternoon. And when I wake up, my eyes are totally fine and I can spend the rest of the day completely fine without feeling dryness. However, over time, I felt that the dryness in the eyes started fading away and it's becoming much more manageable. Another kind of small hack that I use is if I know I'm taking a nap in the afternoon, what I would do is I'd take the Tadalafil right before that, like an hour or 2 before taking the nap. And so the moment I start feeling dryness in the eyes, I would just go take a nap, let my eyes rest, and then I'm waking up, I'm totally fine. I'll have a cup of coffee and I'm good to go. I can continue my work day. Now, again, those side effects eventually cleared out after a few weeks and I was left with the benefits, and there are quite a lot of benefits that I'm gonna highlight right now. So my nocturnal erections have been insane, to a point where it's actually annoying because like I'm getting such hard erections that they're waking me up sometimes during the night. However, I know that those nocturnal erections are pretty healthy and good for me, and they are what's gonna keep my healthy, especially when I need those erections when I'm having intercourse, having sex, because the nighttime erections are basically exercises, rehearsals for when you need your during the day when you're having sex. So nocturnal erections have been way harder, much more frequent. I'm waking up with a boner more frequently as well. Another great benefit is that I'm also getting much more pumped at the gym. I feel like it's performance enhancer, and if you're in bodybuilding, you probably know that a lot of bodybuilders actually use it as performance enhancing drug. So not only are you going to get much bigger pumps, but you're also gonna feel like you're getting stronger and you can lift heavier over time. In other words, you are getting pumped both in your muscles and in your D. Now let's talk about the effect I've had in terms of erection quality, in terms of intercourse. So for those of you that are on the older side, perhaps you're in your 30s or 40s, you probably know that it's not easy to arouse you anymore, right? Some of you need, the most extreme kind of porn. You want to see something really mind-blowing for you to get really aroused and really hard. Now compare that to when you were 16 years old. Even the slightest thought of something sexual would get you an insane boner and you want to run and rub one out. Now, what Tadalafil does is it basically lowers the threshold of the arousal you need in order for you to keep a super hard erection and maintain it. So let me explain in other words. Say you're having sex with somebody for a very long time. You're starting to get used to having sex with them. It's becoming routine. It's good, but it's not amazing. It's not like the first time you met them. So your erections are also, they're okay, you can perform, but they're not the best of the best, right? Now, when you are taking Tadalafil, you're gonna feel that even the slightest gesture from your partner that you are going to have sex, the slightest arousal is going to push you into having instant erection. So it's as if your and your erection is becoming 10 years younger. So you don't need as much stimulation as you need right now in order for you to get super hard and to stay hard and to perform. Now, another good benefit, the fact that you can be hard and stay hard, another great benefit is that you can now go harder during sex. So again, for the older guys that are not as good in shape, you know that if you're having sex with your partner and you go quite hard, you go super fast, you start getting tired, your erection will go down. Now, with Tadalafil, you're getting tired, but your erection is not going down. So you could basically go all in, and even if you're getting tired, you know that it's gonna be easy for you to get back your erection or to keep your erection hard, even if you're super exhausted. Another thing you're gonna realize is the fact that you're not worried about your erections, you're not worried about your performance, you know that your dick is gonna stay hard. It's gonna allow you to be much more relaxed in bed, to be less anxious, and being less anxious in bed, less stressed out on your performance is going to allow you to last longer. Now, I don't know if it's a physical thing or it's a mental thing, but regardless, I felt that it's much easier for me to last longer when I'm on Tadalafil. Now, the question that a lot of you would probably ask is, will you need higher dose? Will your body get used to it after a while? And the answer for that is no, at least not in my case. I didn't feel like I need to take more. I've been taking 5 milligrams daily of Tadalafil. I didn't feel like I need to take much more than that. I've been able to perform all the time, doesn't matter what time of the day, if I'm tired, if I'm not, and it's been totally just fine. Another minor benefit that you might get, for those of you, obviously we're a penis enlargement channel, for those of you that are pumping, you're gonna realize that it's so much easier to pump when you're on Tadalafil because you are going to expand so much faster in the cylinder. You're gonna see much thicker, much bigger erections when you are pumping. So those are all the benefits that were visible to me. However, I've also watched and heard from other channels like your channel that there are a lot of other health benefits to taking Tadalafil or even Sildenafil. And I'm gonna put the link to the video of Dr. Stefan Buntrog. I'm a big fan of your channel in the description of this video. So make sure to check it out if you wanna see the other health benefits that you might get from taking Tadalafil. Again, not recommending you go order it without consulting with a doctor, doing health checkup, making sure that you are already doing everything you can in order for you to have healthy cardiovascular health, healthy heart, you're eating well, you're not overweight. First of all, you gotta fix all the basics and then think about adding something on top. If you have experienced any other benefits or side effects, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd be really curious to hear them out. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye-bye.